Well, hello and welcome all you wonderful people out there to the Texas Special YouTube channel. For this O-Gauge 8 Days of Christmas video, we are going to be looking at this little Lionel Lines Maintenance of Way speeder. Now, this is not the Lionel TMCC speeder. This is the conventional speeder. This item was built by Lionel in 2007, and as you can see, it has a very striking blue, orange, cream, and black and white zebra stripe paint scheme. You have these separately applied grab irons here, and a little note: if you don't have one of these and you're wanting to get one, be very wary of these little side steps because they do like to fall off. A little super glue and you're good to go. You have some very nice separation between the black and the white lines. Some fairly decent separation between the blue on the roof and the orange of the car body. And the blue along the bottom of the body here. This door does open. It's a little stiff, but it does open, and you have a separately applied door handle right here on the door. The Lionel Lines MOW, Maintenance of Way, is very legibly and clearly written with no bleed over. And this little rotary beacon here, this little is actually an LED light. It does light up when there's power applied to the track. This unit will operate on 027 curvature, so there is literally no track on the market that you cannot run this on. It does not have any sound. It does not have a horn or bell or anything like that. Looking at the front of this little guy, you see this cool little 1900 stenciled on the front. If you've been in the hobby of O-Gauge trains for more than 2 minutes, you know that the year 1900 is the year that Joshua Lionel Cowan founded Lionel Electric Trains. So very cool little subtle way to honor the company's history with the 1900 road name, or road number rather. You have the Lionel Lines stenciled right here. This is an operating LED headlight. There is another one on the rear of the car. We are looking at the front of the speeder. You have a little step right here, some separately applied windshield wipers, and there is window glazing all the way around. Full disclosure, there's some cracks right here on this one, and this side, this panel is cracked and kind of pushed in a little bit. Needs a little TLC, but nothing too serious. Again, very good paint separation between the black and white zebra stripes and the orange and blue of the car body. You have a cool little cast-on grille detail here on the front where the motor on the real thing would be. And you can see the little pickup roller here and two of the wheels. And this non-operating little red marker light right here. You can also see some cast-on hinges here, here, and here, simulating this thing having the ability to fold up the windshield. It doesn't actually fold up, but it's a nice little detail. This little guy was a Facebook Marketplace acquisition. This is also on loan from Ethan Tate of the Texla Model Railroad Club's newly formed O-Gauge division. And you have a on-off switch right here. That controls the reverser, or E-unit. Now, if you're talking post-war and pre-war Lionel, reverser. If you're talking MPC and modern era E-unit, effectively the same thing. So on, which is what this is set on, allows the unit to traverse in its normal forward, neutral, reverse, neutral, forward setting. Off will lock the reverser or E-unit in whatever direction of travel the E-unit was next set for when power was applied to, when power is reapplied to the track. You have two pickup rollers here and here. As you can see, this is a four-wheel motorized unit. You have a traction tire right here. Not that it's really needed. This car has no couplers, so you can't pull anything with it. Sure, it wouldn't be too hard to add a coupler to it to pull around a couple of maintenance away trailers, but as it comes out of the box, no provisions for a coupler. But if you do decide to add one as a modeler later on, you do have a traction tire right here. None of the wheels are free spinning, just FYI. They're all tied to the motor. Okay, we've got this little speeder on the track. It's on main track number 2 of the South Texas Railroad, and I'm just going to demonstrate the forward, neutral, reverse, neutral, forward for you. So I'm going to apply power to the track. You can see there it has interior illumination inside the car, and I did neglect to mention there's two little maintenance away guys in there. They're riding around, and there's also some tools, you know, a shovel, a spike maul, and a couple other things that are cast onto the dash of the front end of the car right in front of these guys. So I'm going to close the throttle, open it back up, and you see the headlight come on and the car move. Close the throttle, open it back up, unit's now in neutral. What you won't see when I close the throttle and open it back up is the headlight on the rear of the unit come on, but I promise you it does. Close it again, apply power. Neutral with the cab lighting on and the rotary beacon on, and one more time, and we're going forward again. And that was my assistant director there, Charlie, doing the bored German Shepherd growl. Alright, we're going to let this little guy go around the railroad on main track 2 and see how it does. So that's about quarter throttle. Right now he's running around at half throttle around the railroad. I'm not going to open it up too much because, as you can hear, there are a couple of rough joints in the track I haven't cleaned up yet. And this dude was also sitting in a box in an attic for several years, so I don't want to be too hard on the motor till it's had some time to get kind of worked back loose. So now we're back down to about a third of throttle. this little guy is just a fun little motorized unit. I'm not real big on motorized units. It's not that I have anything against them. It's just I like running long freight trains and fast passenger trains. So motorized units, for me personally, the money I could spend on a motorized unit, I could spend on an old MPC era locomotive or a couple of more modern freight cars or passenger cars. So they're not real high on my personal priorities list, but that doesn't mean they're not, they're not fun to run. And this one has been just a blast to have on the railroad and take it through its paces. Thank you all for watching, and Happy New Year, y'all.